We're back!
It's time! Treasure hunting in the sharky waters of the world wide web with your piratey crew. Oh, AK is not here. Without AK and and Captain. No AK. I am Ola Vea wearing a bicorn hat befitting a dev pirate. In the other corner, Pirate Queen Raae. And that was the pirate princess who just left. Yes, you have muted yourself.
This is the messiest beginning of our streams ever, I think. So 5 minutes before we went live, IKEA called me and were like, hello, we're delivering. I'm like, I ordered a delivery for Monday. There's no room for people to deliver anything. Luckily, it was just like a little bag because they had this shipped from 2 different locations. But I was like, I am not ready to get a dishwasher and like cupboards and everything delivered 5 minutes before stream. That's why you schedule these things. Anyway, so
what did you get then?
I think I just got some light bulbs in this
boring.
one. Yeah.
All right. So what are we doing today?
What are we doing today? You have to center yourself a little bit. And why is it so important that we record? So if you were over on the other link, we had to change because we weren't recording. And we need to record locally because we've started making clips, and you might have seen some of those around the internet. Let us know if you have and if you've enjoyed them or if it's been too much. I wouldn't know. Okay. Yes. What are we doing?
What are we doing?
Can it be too many clips? I don't know. I mean, who could get tired of this lovely face?
We'll soon find out if there's too many clips.
We'll soon find out.
Clip.
Yep. So maybe I'll bring up our screen and we can have a look at what we're doing. Okay, I'm going to put you guys down here and Kim has maybe listened to our Slow and Steady podcast where Benedict and I agreed that there cannot be too many clips.
Oh, so you already discussed it.
I discussed it with Benedict. I haven't discussed it with you yet, but I've discussed it with Benedict. So, that's how it goes. So I'm going to pull up our treasure map, add to stage. There we go. So this is I guess I need to change this embedding now because this is not the link. This is the old link, but let's not think about that. The voyage plan today. So the kind of big task for today, or not the big task, but our tiny task for today that we're going to code on stream is that we're going to be adding an email form from Outseta to our Mixpod, landing page. But before that, we're just going to have a little bit of a look at the current state of the Mixpod app, and then we're going to review two PRs that Ola has made to the app. Is that good enough?
That was the what?
That is the what. And then we have the why.
Yes.
Yes. So why, any project needs to capture emails, because otherwise, how are we going to be able to bother people all the time about the progress on our app? No, I'm just kidding. Most projects or side project, a real project, you want to be able to capture people's emails as soon as possible because there might be a lot of buzz in the beginning, maybe even before you kind of have anything out like we are doing now. we are chatting up Mixpod, we're chatting up the idea of Mixpod, we're streaming about Mixpod, and people might land on the Mixpod app page.
Yes.
Did you already added the form? Did you not create
No,
a well,
that
it's
wasn't
there.
me. I didn't do it. You said I shouldn't even make a PR.
That is true, but it's there.
I didn't make a PR.
Well, maybe you just committed straight to main then.
No.
Were you doing some research? Maybe I committed straight to main. This will be interesting. This is the
Oh
current
man,
state.
yeah, maybe something happened here. Oh no! Look at this.
Well,
Suddenly I'm on main.
suddenly you are on main, but that's fine. We're gonna redo it because I'm pretty sure that this is then connected up to our kind of main instance of Outseta. But today we're going to create a dev or like a stream instance of Outseta so that when we keep working on this, we don't accidentally share everybody's emails with the stream. So we'll have one instance where we're going to be a real instance where people can sign up for news and all of that. And then we're going to have, well, they can do that in both. And then we'll have one instance that we'll use on stream so that we would just like dummy emails and dummy data so that we can show that on stream without accidentally showing off somebody's, emails. We don't want to do that. So this is the current state. Some things that, and we're going to look at those two PRs that Ula's created.
Yeah.
So one thing we wanted to do is to have
No, this is
the
not the current state. This is where we are when we're done.
yes, this should be where we are when we are done because Ula's done. No, because we wanted the treasure map to be in an iframe or somewhere so that you can see the treasure map on the page. Because I think it's fun that people can kind of hang around here and see what we're doing, even though it's a little chaotic. And then we want to be able to track analytics on this page, which is another PR that you've been working on with Fathom Analytics. And then we'll add this email form again and maybe make it look a little bit better than it does at the moment. So let's go back.
Great.
So I guess we're going to add another one to here. We're going to revert email form commit. So we're going to remove that. Then we're going to review and merge the Fathom PR. And then we're going to review and merge the TL draw PR. And then we're going to add email form from Outseta. Okay?
Yarg.
But it's good that you've done it once because, funnily enough, I work for Outseta and I've never created an email form. So you're going to talk me through how to do it, and we'll see what we think about the experience.
Why should we start with that?
Because I wanted to get the other things in place. At least we need to like remove it. So
remove it first.
So I just checked this out. So you deleted extra submit button.
Yeah,
so I'm guessing that's
I did it straight to main. Oh no.
Well, getting all of your branches correct is like, I would say that's one of the hardest things about development with other people. It's like, I don't know, I remember being so scared of Git. I would just copy paste whatever Johannes Knudsen, my friend at the first company I worked at, they would like make these copy pastable Git instructions, and I would just copy paste them and not question it and just do exactly as it said. And whenever I got into any issues, I would be like, just fix it for me. So I do like that you're in there creating branches and like doing your thing. But we are gonna revert that latest commit. So what I usually do for that is that I don't remember all of the git commands. So for reverting, I usually go up here to the commit, and then it's a undo last commit. So that would be this page. Oh, you did also a welcome to Mixpod change in there, but we're just gonna check if this is the actual, yeah, that's the form. So we're gonna revert that. So it's already reverted. So then we can just unstage the changes. So we're just gonna delete this commit message. And it's no longer gonna be changed, and we're gonna just revert the changes, discard.
Yes.
Okay. And then we need to then push it back up. So we remove the change. So git status. And then we're one commit behind main, which is correct. And then we're going to do a git push force. And hopefully I have force
Yes.
privileges on the main branch. It looks like I do because, it's my organization, Queen Raae.
He was a bit ahead actually because he wrote that. Look, it's no,
Yeah.
you can't see it, but 11:20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to force push to main. Yes, fellow developers, do not do this at home because right now I have messed up the setup for Ula because he is then now on another kind of totally another version of main. So he should probably delete his main branch and check it out again so that he gets the exact copy that is in GitHub.
I
But
can't
we'll
just push
worry
the
about
little
that later.
arrows.
If you push the little arrows now, it's going to be a little conflicted because it's going to be like, oh, you have commits that are reverted. And depending on this might be okay because there's only one commit, but I'll help you out if it gets all messy. But anyway, and if Netlify is doing its thing, it should look at that gone. Because now it's gone.
Yeah,
Because
that was very
Netlify built it.
quick.
Netlify is quick. I feel like Netlify is quicker these days than they used to be.
You know what I just did? I went
What?
in here and I did undo commits, just
Yeah.
like you did. Undo
Yeah.
last commit,
Yeah.
and I took it away from stage and deleted the message, and now my main looks good.
Yes, but you might try to do one of the arrows now because even though you've done the same as I have done, it might have changed the history. No,
Yeah,
probably not because it's just one commit. So I think we'll be good.
I can
Yeah.
just look at my file, right? My layout Astro, or is it
Yeah.
index?
Yeah, look at this. Your main branch isn't protected. Protecting this branch from first pushing or deletion. Let's do that. Protect this. Yeah, so as Kim is saying, it doesn't matter in this case. You can put Kim's back up there. We're going to protect this later. Put
But
Kim's latest comment on the screen because he has some good
yeah,
knowledge to
yeah.
share
So
there.
I
I didn't know about this, Kim. Thank you. Git. I think it's something I will never fully master. I guess the same thing with coding. There's always something new to learn. So I really like this. Force with lease instead. So it lets me know if the remote has changed since last time. That is super interesting. I'm going to take a note of that. I might even write about it so that I can go back and search for that note when I need it on queenraae.codes. So thank you for that. And it's usually fine, like we did now, where we just roll back. Not usually. It's usually not fine, but right now we just roll back one commit. But sometimes you squash some commits, or you can do all kinds of things, and then you just force to main, and it blows up for everybody else. So thank you for that. We're gonna check out this Fathom Analytics. Ola had already added Fathom Analytics, but since Astro is a little bit like React in its syntax, so whatever you write below what they call the front matter is rendered as HTML, and the way you write HTML is JSX like. So it looks like JSX, but it's just used to generate HTML, and that HTML is pushed to the server, and that's what's shown on our page. So because we don't have any client-side JavaScript here, this is only HTML and CSS. Like there's no JavaScript running. But even so, you can do JavaScript on the server and then use JSX, use those variables and that information in your kind of JSX like syntax. So what Ula had done first is that he set data site just to public Fathom embed, which is one of our environment variables. But what we
yes.
want to do is that we want to make sure we grab this from the environment variables, and then tell, oh, it's too small, and tell the tell Astro that what we want to do is that we want the value of that environment
Yes.
variable put inside of the parrots, the curly brackets. When we do it like so, like over here on what is changed, we are just kind of printing out public fathom embed. Like it's not automatically changed to what the value of the end variable is. But if we put it inside of little curly brackets, we are kind of saying take the value of this variable and put it inside our curly brackets when you run
Yeah.
it. So let's make sure that that is actually what is happening. And what I love to do then is go to the deploy preview, the latest deploy preview on Netlify, and just make sure that it is correct. So we can see here that this is not the main URL, and we are getting this little Netlify drawer that also tells us like this is not the main one. This is a deploy preview. And we can then inspect and make sure that what we are getting is the actual value. So if we go into head here, you can see that data site is the value of the ID for our Fathom site, and not the text public Fathom analytics ID. So nailed it. You are now done with this PR, Ola, and we can merge it in.
Yes.
Yes. And for those who are interested, Fathom is use Fathom. Oh, these are my analytics. That was not the point. Let's see, usefathom.com. So usefathom is a privacy-friendly analytics tool for your websites that I've been using for a long time, and it's kind of however many sites you want for the same price. We just keep using it for every site we make.
Yeah.
Good comment, Kim. So
Scallywaggy. That's great.
I'm just a mess today. Okay, back here. Back to our preview. We are gonna merge this, and I'm gonna squash merge it because I've seen that Ulla has done some, quite a few commits, and they're not really needed, all of them. So we'll just do add Fathom Analytics. I like to add a little feature before, like a little feature tag, not the deep feature, and then add Fathom Analytics. And then I think it closes 7. Is that what you mean by the 7, right, Ulla?
No, that's the issue.
Yeah, so it's going to close the issue 7.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I
okay.
think if we do number 7, no, it's not milestone. I think you can, like, now with GitHub, you can connect it to a notification. Successful merging deal request must close the issue development. There we go. So when this pull request is merged, add Fathom Analytics issue will be closed. So then we'll do a squash and merge. And then we have all of the squash. I like to make this a little pretty. So we don't really need any any of this. We can just do closes 7 in addition. I guess that's what the other things does, but let's do it. Then it shows up in the commit log as well. Conform, squash, and merge. Okay, and then we have the other pull request, which is embed TL draw. Files changed. And you figured out that you could do it with just an iframe, and that just worked out of the box. How did you figure that out, Ulla?
Yeah, I don't remember.
No.
But I tried the different things, and they didn't work. So, and then you said you should just try an iframe. And I was like, what's an iframe? And then I Googled iframe, and they were like, you just write iframe there.
Oh my
like a
god, this
tag.
works so well. Look
Yeah,
at that.
yeah. But
I
that's
mean, the guy
probably
behind TL
yeah.
Draw, he is just amazing.
I think that's the reason why it works so well.
Well, I
Yeah,
guess, and what an iframe does is just embed another website inside of your website, but not
yeah,
all websites, you know, manages to look good
yeah.
inside of like randomly sized iframes. But this one looks really good. And I think later we'll style it so it's center aligned, and we'll do some other nice stuff. But I'm gonna close this PR for now because it's on there. It's like doing what
Yes,
it should do. So let's do squash and merge. Did we have an issue for this as well?
yes, 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 yes.
TL draw, embed. There we go.
Treasure map.
Number 6. And
All
then we'll do
right.
that. I guess we should have done what you said and like do the coding first, because that would have been more interesting maybe for people. But we did
That's
that.
too late.
This is too late. Number 6. And then we'll do feature, embed, TL, draw, treasure map. And there we go. And in a tiny while, so that is all of the pull requests closed.
Yes.
And I am guessing it will show up here pretty fast. We just have to wait for Mixpod to rebuild.
Yes.
And then
Okay.
everybody should head over to Mixpod so that we can get some analytics, and we'll have a
Yes.
look at the
Oh, I should do that then.
analytics. Oh, look at that, one person on our site.
Okay, I'm going there now.
Well, I guess that's me, so.
That's okay. Oh, I
Getting
got.
so excited, and then it's me too. It's you and me. Oh, who's the third person? Somebody is watching.
I got the TL draw thing. I think it's Kim because Kim says
It's live.
it's live.
Okay, great. So let's head on over to today's. So we've done check mark. Let's do a check mark. Check mark. Done. 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 And we'll do add email form from Outseta. So let's head on over to Outseta. And then we forgot to shout out in the beginning. We were so confused. Shout out to Outseta for sponsoring these streams. I guess that's it. So we want to sign up. And I'm going to sign up as with my Queen Raae address, because that's my public address, so everyone can see that. Queen Raae. And let's say that organization is Queen Raae Streams, because I have another one for like, you know, real time or real data. And then continue to check out. And I'm going to move you off the screen because I've done this before where I shared my credit card credentials. So let's not do that again.
Yep. Yeah.
So maybe you could go run through how we should add a form.
Okay, so what is it we're doing? We're adding a form so that you people out there can put your email in and then get updates from the Queen about Mixpod and our other building public projects like Prune Your Follows. That was the why also. The why is to give people a chance to get updates. And then how do we do it? How? It's so first did I make an Outseta account? Yeah, I did. I made an Outseta account, and then I just went in there and they said copy paste this HTML into your HTML, and I did. And then later you also made an account, and then I used that. But are you making an account now too?
Yes, because I'm making one that we can use on stream so we don't start sharing people's credentials.
So you're not going to show us how you make an account?
Well, I did, but I had to take you off because I didn't want to share
Credit card.
my credit card.
Okay, we're inside. I just jumped all these steps. I didn't do any of them.
You know what? I usually do as well. We are
Click here.
actually working this part because we just want to get started with email, and as
Yeah.
if you looked at the
Hey,
page, Outseta can do CRM, email, payments, authentication, and all of that. So if you want to use all of the features, then you'll need to you must go through all of the settings. So the ones we kind of need to do is that we'll need to authenticate our email domain. We're not going to do that on stream, but that's an important part when you're sending emails. But we don't really need to connect to Stripe or create our pricing plans or do sign up and login settings because we're not going to use those features yet, but we might. So I'm just going to click here to skip and set up your dashboard. So what did you say you did?
I said, yes, we made a list. Like there, click it. Add a list. And I think I just put a name on it and I did none of the others because there are no stars here.
No, but we want to require double opt-in because
Okay.
we want them to confirm.
All right.
And then if we're gonna do so, they double opt-in, and then we can send them a welcome email. We're not gonna write that. Well, maybe we can get ChatGPT to write it for us.
No, please. Let's not do that.
So we're gonna add a welcome email after the fact.
Yes.
Okay,
Whew,
so I
that was
added
close.
it.
And now it says integration up there. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then custom HTML. Yeah. And there it is. And I just click that little copy button there. Yes, copied.
Okay, and then let's do
put
a
it
git
into
pull
the
to get
body.
all our changes. And then do what you need to remember, like, git check out a new branch, and let's call it feature add new add email form.
And now I remember why it was on main because no, that's not a good reason. Yeah. Okay.
And then we'll just plop it into the index, I guess.
Hi.
And there's our A. Let's put it over the iframe.
Look igjen ordentlig, da.
Ooh, we also have like a little bit of a honeypot situation going on. So by default, we're getting an input that is not displayed, but will be shown to bots. And then if they then submit, or if they fill in this input and that's part of the submit, Outseta will be like, hey, this is not a person, this is a bot. We're not going to accept this email. It's kind of cool. I didn't know we had that. Okay,
why do the bots fill it in? I didn't understand that. Why do they think it's a good idea?
So the input field
is hidden.
In the DOM it's there, but visually it's positioned 5,000 pixels off the screen.
Yeah.
So you'll never see it, but it's there. And then the bot doesn't see the page with its eyes. It reads the HTML, right? So it just fills out every input field. And
so if you're blind, you're going to fill this out then?
No, because we've also done ARIA hidden true, so it's not visible if you're using a screen reader, which some of the bots might know. So I mean, nothing is 100% safe from bots, but like this is one of the measures you could put in place to make sure that you're not getting spam signups. But the best protection you can do to make sure you're not getting spam signups is to add that double opt-in. So they will get an email and they have to click a link and then they can sign up. Like that's the only way to like really know that you're not just getting a lot of like spam signups.
And Steve says hi. Hi, Steve.
Hello.
Did we find out where Steve was located again? Didn't we ask for that last time?
We might have.
I don't remember.
My memory is not what it used to be. So please remind us again, Steve, where you're located.
Let's look at the background. There's books and a little window. I'm guessing Britain.
And Kim, we know, is located in Norway. So
Bergen.
Bergen.
Bergen used to be the capital for a short while there.
I guess I got all we started talking. I need to run this code.
Yeah, do it. All right.
And there it is.
Yes. Try it then.
I just need to make sure that I'm just going to turn off 2 seconds. I'm going to turn off my 1Password because it's running here and I don't really want it to run right now. How do I disable it for just this page?
It looks like we're mixing up NPM and Yarn.
Settings, lock, notifications.
Yeah, Kim, I do mix up Yarn and NPM sometimes. But that's okay because Yarn and NPM, they are friends.
They're not really.
Yeah. Behind the scenes, they just pretend to not be friends, you know? Just like
we probably are. I've just kind of landed on Yarn because at some point you just gotta stop changing your tools. But I'm guessing you used a Astro starter for this.
Yeah.
And they probably did their instructions in NPM. So we'll clean
I have
that
NPM.
up.
Yeah.
So let's make sure this works then. So let's do test at Lily Labs.
I can't see what you're doing now.
Oh, it's so tiny. Test at.
No, you have the wrong window.
No,
you're writing in that tiny little thing there. Okay, yeah, make it bigger.
Test. And then when you do testing, you always have to be like November 18th, 1. This is our first test. Lol.
All right.
Lol. No, just like do lol.
Subscribe. I was just told that you're not supposed to.
Does it? That is just working out of the box.
Yeah. Wasn't that the point?
Well, but it never does.
Yeah, it did.
It never does.
It did. All the stuff that I've been adding here just worked out of the box. Iframe, Fathom, Outseta, they all just worked. Isn't that how it should be?
Yes, but you know a little bit. You know why I'm so surprised? It's because I've been so used to being in React land. And now we're in Astro land and we're just working with HTML pages. Because if this was a React application, this script tag would have been stripped out. So all the kind of like free stuff we got now, because what I'm assuming we do, or Outseta does, I work for Outseta. What we do is that we plop that HTML form in there, and then the script submits to our servers, and then it takes the DOM element that is our form and like changes that out with the HTML that is, thank you, your submission has been received.
Yes.
I mean, this could have been a 10-minute stream if we just did that.
Yeah. But I have a question.
Amazing.
If you go back to the code.
Yeah.
So I've been doing this Westbus JavaScript for beginners thing. Shouldn't there be like this event handling kind of thing here? No, because we're not actually handling this. We're just doing it back end.
No, that's what the script probably does. Let's see if we can.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to read this. This is
look at this. This is neat.
But what I am guessing this script does is that it looks for a form with this action on it, because this is our action.
Yeah.
Which is a back. Like, I think if we remove that, we could test that. I think if we remove the script, it will automatically post to this URL, and it would work, but we would then be transported over to that URL. Let us test that, because that's and then we need to clean up this page because I am like dying over the styling. But so let's do another test.
Look, Steve says, "You react."
I am not like I like React, but there's like some things that we that's not as easy when you do it in React. So let's see, test November 18th to at Raae codes, and then we do lol again.
I just learned
Subscribe.
that you're supposed to say "lul."
Look at this now. See, so it still works. So even without the JavaScript there, it works because a HTML form, it like in its in like how it works, like an HTML form by itself can post data to servers. So that's what we're doing here. We're saying the action is the URL and the method is post. And when you do that, all of the inputs that are in this form are submitted as part of the request. So we're kind of, and I think this is also something a lot of people, if you like came to web development through React or through some of the frameworks, you might not have like done this ever, like letting the web just do the job for you. So this is pretty, it's like it's pretty powerful because you could just like you can post then to any endpoint from a form. And it works out of the box. But then, like modern users expect things to happen inline, kind of like we do that we often see with modern web apps, and what we at least often see when we do React type code. It's like, oh, we'll take this element and then we'll submit something and we'll receive the request back, and then we'll change out the HTML. So I'm pretty sure like that our script here, the script that we then add, what it does is do what you said. It connects an event handler to the form, and then it kind of takes over the handling of this form. And that's why we often do event prevent default when we're writing JavaScript code, because the default would be to do a post request to this action and then reload that page, or like do that page. While when we kind of override it and we attach an event handler, and that is what React does behind the hooks too. When you do the unclick, if this was React code, we would do on submit. What React does then behind the hood is connecting or attaching an event handler to the form, and then using whatever is in onSubmit as the code that should run. But with Outseta here, it does it for us by when we include this script, that script does that for us. And this is like a little bit also, Outseta can be used by no coders as well. And for no coders, like it's great that these, like, you can just drop it in. So you can just drop it into something like Webflow and it works because Webflow outputs HTML. And it's not a single page application. So.
And we have a here from Steve again. React is like a drunk cat. Just all times. React is like a drunk cat trying to write JavaScript though. And then something, because it's Catterday today, so we actually met cats. Is that it? Yes. We met these cats. I want to share it. Look at this.
Oh, yes. Our neighbors got little cats, little kitties.
Can you hear the sound? No, probably not. You can't hear it. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
You hear the sound.
Well, it's mostly me and Arne talking, I think.
You're talking to the cat.
Yeah.
So if anybody has a good name for this little guy here, we think it's a boy. Might be a boy. So maybe you should give it a name that is kind of can work for both boys and girls.
What about React?
Yeah, it looks kind of drunk, don't it? Look at it. Look at it.
It looks a little like a drunk cat. He was drunk on milk, actually.
But all his limbs up in the air like, whoa. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, really cute. Okay, I'll unshare it now.
Okay,
I'll
so
put you
let's
back on.
publish
No,
this
I
branch.
removed you. Sorry, I didn't mean to. Sorry.
So, and I know there's a shortcut for this, chat. Like, how can I just set the upstream origin when I do the first, like when I do git push? I kind of just wanted to set the upstream, and I
Kim
know
has a
there's a
name.
shorthand.
Kim has a name for it. Astro mute.
That is the cutest thing I've heard in a long time.
Astro meow. Yeah,
I think we
that's a
also
good
got
name.
some new viewers, so let's add. We're talking about a name for this beautiful cat. Play it again,
Yeah.
Ola, while I just go and create a pull request.
It's a drunk cat. Hello. We met this guy yesterday, and we think it's a boy. And you see some of the siblings here. There's 3 more of them. Oh, we only see 2 of them because the other one is sitting on the owner. That's the owner's voice there. Arne.
Okay, I'm putting us on again. So I'm creating a email form, PR. But what I just realized is that this should also be a environment variable because we'll be using a different URL for the live page. So let's take this out, and then we'll use our JSX like syntax and do, what was it? Import. Oh, I guess I import meta, import meta and not vite airtable embed URL, but let's do Outseta, and it needs to be public because we need it to be available in the, no, we don't need it because it's being written on the server side. Anyway, we'll say that this is okay to be public Outseta sign up email list URL.
Oh, you're right. Now I'm getting the trouble. I can't go to my branch now, and if I try to download, they say I should clean. Okay, I'll leave this to you. I'll let you. Oh, look at this. Kim says something. I'll read it out. I'm pretty sure you can set a git config to automatically set up the remote when you push, but might be confusing if people are trying to follow along.
Yeah.
Confusing? Git? No, Kim, no.
I was in the iframe. I was copying the iframe. There we went. This is the one.
We have another name. We have another name coming up from Steve here. Meowgical. Yes, very good. We'll pass them along. They have no names yet. Meowgical. They have no names yet. They're gonna need names.
But is this where I'm gonna put in the is it NVD? No, that's for, so I need to, you've been doing this. Let's see, env variables Astro using environment variables. Okay, we'll just make an env file.
Yeah.
An env, and then let's make it development. I'm guessing they have support for that.
Yes, it worked with me.
Yeah. And then we'll set these environment variables for the production side on Netlify. So we'll not show you that because then we'll expose all kinds of secrets, but we'll set it.
We got another name. We got many names today. Meowkle. Meowkle. It's like Michael, but with meow from Kim. Very good, Kim. Very good. We have 3 names now. This is 3 names.
And then it's import. Oh, so we can, nice. We can then, what we can do in the NVDTS file is that we can say which environment we are, like which environment variables we think we'll see. So let's do that, because that's one of the issues that I've seen a lot, is that, you know, you clone a project and there's often an env example file, but it's still nice to be able to have it as part of that TypeScript.
Yeah.
Oh, so we'll say we need a public Outseta email list URL, and that's going to be a string. And then we also have the Fathom, but I'll add that in another one. And then we have this for free by Astro, I think that's the end. So if we now go to index, we can say import meta env, and then pub. Look there, it's already here for us because we've added it to the TypeScript definitions, so we get it here as an autocomplete. Super nice.
And then Steve says you can create a conf.ts and import.
Oh yeah, because there's a conf too, but I think that's what this does. This mdts, was that what you meant? Where, because there's also this Astro config, which are can have like config things, and then you can also do a config ts with other strings, I guess, or other constants do you want to have. So let's do localhost again and see if the we got to do something about the styling here. Let's see, config, and we go to the form, yes, and we get the form action. So our config, our environment variables are working, which is great. So I'll say, let's say we do fix use env variable for Outseta URL. Okay, and we can push that up. And then we'll need to add that to Netlify before we can go to prod. So I'm going to leave that as a PR for now. And make sure that we add it to Netlify.
Yes.
And then, since we have 3 minutes left of the hour, I'm going to do some rapid styling.
Yes.
So I'm going to branch out of this email branch because I want to have the styling, play with styling while the email is there. So let's do a git status to say where we are. We are, right, yeah, we are on the add email form. So I'll create a branch from there, git checkout branch, and then feature or style. I think we can add style, or it might be fix. Let's do fix styling branch. That is a pretty big branch though. So let's see what we got here. So you used one of the default starters from Astro, right? Well,
did I used like the most bare bones thing, but
yeah, because it looks like it doesn't have any of the styling solution. It looks like this is straight up CSS.
Yeah.
Which I kind of don't mind. So let's
I
start
think
with
they
the
asked me, do you want Tailwind? And I said no.
Okay. So let's do the iframe. Oh, look at that. It's always nice. We got some. So
Yeah.
I'll do the height auto. I think that does height auto work on iframes. I don't remember. Let's have a look. So the height got to be very small. So let's do a height of, maybe I can do aspect ratio. Isn't that one of the new yeah, it's one of the new CSS, what do we call those? CSS properties. CSS properties is aspect ratio. So I'll set an 200 pixel or something just to have something to fall back on if aspect ratio is not supported. Oh, well, that went overboard. So we do want to do that. So let's do just width 100%, and then we do aspect ratio. No, that was wrong. Oh, so we need to do height auto to get the aspect ratio to work. Interesting. Okay. So that looks a little bit better. It's, it's 100%, which is the width of its container, which is nice. And then we'll need a little bit of padding. So let's see what the structure of this page is. It starts with an H1, which is nice, and then it's a paragraph, which is nice. Then there's a UL, which is a list, but it's a card grid, but it's a list, so it's kind of showing different links, which we can keep. And then there's the form action, which I want to put in a section, I think, or maybe it could be a form. Let's keep it as a form, and then it's the iframe. So what we need is this form action. Now this form needs a little bit of padding around it. This might be styled better, but I don't think we'll do that on stream, but we'll make the iframe at least push it down a little bit. So this is a good one. And then form, let's do margin, and we'll do 2M, which is twice the size of the current font size, and then 0 on the side. So now it's gotten a little bit of padding, which is good. And then this is still here at 100%. In a way,
Okay,
maybe it should be inside here.
We have comments. Set height and then width auto. Says Steve.
Oh, I see now, because in the code that is added, we do have a width and a height. Can we just remove those then?
Yeah.
What happens then?
I think I put them there.
Yeah. So if we then do just width and height auto, maybe it will scale. We'll remove this.
So that was a comment from Kim then.
Yeah,
you might
but
need
then
height
we
because
get
iframe have a height set directly, and that's what you remove now. Yeah.
So I remove the height and the width from the iframe and only setting it in CSS. So if we do 100% and then auto, we're getting this very weird strip.
Yeah,
I guess. So I think we're going to do back to aspect ratio, use the aspect ratio on top, and then we get like a nicer one. Yeah. So we're going to do a little more styling than this, but this was a nice kind of, this was a nice.
We'll style it later. That's what you're saying. And then Steve asks, are you going to use Tailwind UI ice?
We might. What does the chat think? Who in the chat, raise your hand for Tailwind?
Oh man, this is not a democracy. Yeah.
So you know what I'll do? Instead of adding that here, I'm going to add a margin of 2M here, because then we can actually deploy this before the other one, before the
we got a vote, Stefan.
We got a vote. Stefan for Tailwind. I already pay for Tailwind UI, so if people want to see that, I have a lifetime subscription.
That's what Kim says. Or does he say that? He says he likes Tailwind, but Tailwind UI is the paid product.
Mm-hmm.
So does that mean that he votes? No, okay, here's the comment, which is also cool, but not the same thing.
So can I just rebase fix styling to main? Would that work? Because I want to just do it off of main and then add. No, I don't think so. What we're gonna do is that
Steve says he uses it.
Add this.
Okay, are you talking? Sorry.
Oh no, I'm just thinking. Keep chatting with
Steve says that I use Tailwind UI for everything, but I do backend only.
Yeah. I have a little bit of a love-hate relationship with Tailwind UI, because I have been writing CSS since 1997. And it's never something that I've like taken upon myself to learn as a separate skill, but it's always been there as part of my work on the, sailing the high seas of the World Wide Web. But so like whenever I want to write Tailwind, I'm like, but I know what these things are called in CSS, and I don't know what they're called in Tailwind, so it slows me down so much. But on the other hand, the defaults that Tailwind give us are so pretty, and Tailwind UI is so pretty that if I have to write all of that from scratch with vanilla CSS, that would also take a lot of time. So I'm like, either I go all in learning CSS like properly, not just by, roundabout way when doing other things, or should I go all the way in and kind of like learn the Tailwind UI syntax? So yeah, I'm conflicted.
What's that guy? What's that guy that has the CSS course again?
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. Because he said that. He said what you said. He said, and then he decided that he was going to, every time he did a CSS thing, he would like learn that thing properly, and that's how he kind of learned it after a while.
Yeah. So I'm making a new fixed styling branch that is just fixing the iframe, so we can merge that and get that out as soon as possible.
Kim says, I have also been writing CSS for quite a while and going through. Yes, Josh Como. Josh.
Yes, how could I
Como.
forget? I mean, his blog and his content is just amazing. I even have that course, but I haven't taken it properly, but I probably should. Because it's nice to know the foundational pieces. So maybe we should just write vanilla CSS in this project.
I know now why we didn't remember his name, because it's so hard to pronounce. Somebody must give us like, is it French, the last name?
I
Somebody
think it's
must give
French
us,
Canadian.
yeah, somebody must give us like the pronunciation guide. Then it's easier to remember. And but do you recommend the course, Kim? It looks like, but Kim also says here that I'm adding a lot of character to what he's writing that wasn't in there from his side. So he's been going through this course this summer, and it was still very useful. I think he says that it's a good course.
Yeah. And I think it's like, I think what he's saying, that even though you've written a lot of CSS, it's still
Yes.
useful because it kind of gives
Yes.
you that depth. It
Yes.
gives you like more of that depth.
And it's fun too. Isn't that the feeling you get from that course, that it's fun?
Yeah, I think it's very well made.
And fun.
I don't know if it's fun because I only like did like the first little pieces and then life got in the way.
Okay. So Kim, is it fun? Is it fun? Is it playful and fun? Yeah, that's the question. Are we getting? We should finish now.
Yeah, I'm just gonna merge this. See, look at our iframe. So this is how the page will look without the email form that we added today. That will close after the stream when we add the environment variables. But I just wanted to get the fix for the iframe out there. So that looks good. I'm just gonna squash merge that, and we can tie it to, I guess. What are the dimensions? We can do closest. Let's just do part of, and then it's the iframe one, where it's our iframe embed TLJ trash map part of. So it's tied to that issue. Merged.
Yes.
Cool. Okay, last comment there from Kim.
It is fun. It is fun. It's playful and useful with good piratical examples and great explanations at just the right level. Wow, what an endorsement there, Josh. Josh. We just call him Josh. Isn't that cool? There's not that many Joshes. I know one more Josh, but hey,
look at that.
You can use that if you want, Josh. Yeah, let's call him Josh. He's Josh from now.
I will make a clip of that and give it to Josh.
Yes. Yes.
So look at that. We have our emails in here.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Let's see if it's built
But they're
then.
not confirmed yet because I haven't clicked the link
It is
in the
built,
email
and
that Outseta.
you know what happened now in the iframe? It's got the black background. That is cool.
Hmm.
You didn't. You didn't get the black background. Why?
I think it was
Mine
just
is
loading slow.
mine is black.
Look at this. Look at that lovely, lovely, lovely. And then I'll go over to our TL draw and update that we've done. Oh, we're way over time. Let's
So
get
one of
this
the
wrapped.
things that we need is to decide, because I tried to draw an icon and I literally drew like, oh, Kim says it reacts to the dark mode setting. So you're not using dark mode. That's why you get white background on yours.
That makes sense.
But I have, so, but we need, I tried to draw an icon and I literally drew like 20 different icons to try to make a cassette, audio cassette fit into that little thing up there in the browser. But it didn't work. And then the last one that kind of looks like a cassette looks really sad. It's like, oh no. So,
But where is the cassette? Like, where is it? It's not any of these.
yes, it is. Favicon. That one.
Oh, you made an SVG.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, of course.
But of course.
I was hoping we could preview it. Maybe we can see it in Open Reveal in Finder. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't look that happy. It
No.
like
It looks kind of, it's black because that was the best contrast. I tried with red, but it didn't work. And I
and
tried
here's
with
your
pink.
other. Ooh, I
That
like
is super
that.
cool, but it's way too detailed. It doesn't
Yeah.
show up right.
That is true. Yeah. That is cool. Okay, let's wrap this up. Let's wrap this party up.
And Kim says that we're not overtime because we started late.
Oh, that's true. That is true. Thank you, Kim.
Yeah,
And as we say on this show, you know, a queen is never late. Everybody else is just early.
Yeah, this is right. This is right. Yeah, you woke up the private princess today.
I
Because
woke up the
woke up so early. Yeah.
We were very early this morning.
Was she surprised?
Yes. So Ula is usually the one that wakes up the pirate princess, and I did today, and she was very surprised. And she was like, "Oh, can you do this more?" And I was like, "Well, if I'm awake, but I'm not. My family are morning people. I am not a morning person, so I cannot, you know, promise her that I will keep doing that."
Okay, Lilian, are you klar? Yeah, okay. She says, wait a bit.
So paste and bam.
She's making a stop motion movie in there.
Yeah, she is. That's her task for today. She wants to do stop motion.
She did one yesterday with a dog. Some kind of dog thing.
Yeah. So next episode, or next voyage, we are gonna test out the podcast API that we found to see if the premise of this product. I guess we didn't tell anybody what we're making today, but you'll all figure that out. But next voyage, we will use the podcast episode API that we found to see if it's possible, or like if it's good, and if it will do what we need it to do, which is let us search through all of the podcasts and then pick out information about one podcast episode to put into a mix pod, aka a playlist of podcast episodes that you can then share with your friends. So we're gonna test that on the next voyage and maybe do a little show off what we've done with the landing page. So it's going to be super. I think that's going to be super excited, because if this search API isn't kind of what we need it to be, we kind of need to rethink the whole thing, which is a little sad if that happens.
Okay. The pirate princess is here. She's ready. And then she asked me why I was looking at Minecraft stuff, and that's because of this comment here. about our icon, it looks like a creeper, and a creeper is
De eksploderer.
they exploding zombies.
Hvis du slår dem, så eksploderer det.
If you hit them, they explode. She
Og,
says.
eller hvis du kommer nærme dem, så eksploderer
If
det.
you come close, they explode. Exploding zombies in Minecraft. Okay, are we ready? We have to sum up what, why, and how, and we just do the email.
Okay.
You sum it up.
So today we added, well, I have to go to the correct pull request. We need to go to the correct pull request.
Du må ikke blåse, Lilian. Det er ikke lov.
And then I'll start this so we can clip it.
Ja, legg den ned, så klarer du ikke blåse den. Sånn.
So today we added this beautiful email sign-up form to our website. And we did, and why? We did it so that we can start collecting emails of people who are interested in hearing about Mixpod's progress and especially want to know when it's launched. That's usually why you collect emails on your coming soon webpage. And we did that by using Outseta. And we went to email lists. We created an email list. We went to integration. We used the custom HTML form. We copied the default. We pasted it into the index page of our Astro site. Let's see if I can do it again. Like so. Boom. Save.
Yes,
and it worked out of the box.
Yes!
Which is a rarity these days. I'm just kidding. It worked out of the box. The only thing that I'm going to take back to the team and that I know we've had comments on before is that this should have a prettier default styling, because we let you style the sign up and login embeds, and we should also let you style this inside of Outseta, because you can do that. If we go to our embeds, sign up, you get a live preview. Well, I haven't set up my Stripe, so I guess you don't. But yeah, you get a live preview like this, and our forms should kind of have the same kind of default styling as our logins, our other embeds do. So I think we'll be working on that, but I've seen that comment from other users, and now I felt it myself. If I'd been a no-coder, styling it is not as easy, but I mean, we're going to go to town with this and have fun as developers. So for us, it's fine that it's unstyled.
Okay, are we ready for the goodbye send-off?
Yes.
We must get the musical instruments, says the Pirate Princess. It's in here, in this little shelf. Yeah, it's on det er på riktig sted, Lilian. Okay.
1, 2, 3
Where's sangen? Okay, and so today we did a web dev treasure hunt with Pirate Queen Raae and the Pirate Princess and me. Na, 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 na. Stop. Okay.
Did you forget that AK was not here again?
Yeah. Bye.
And if you want to see AK today, check out our latest short on YouTube, and you'll get your AK fix for the day.
Oh,
Thank you, Stefan.
I'll click it.
Oh, look at all these nice comments.
Steven and everybody.
Bye.
See you in 2 weeks.
See you in 2 weeks.
Bye.
Bye.